Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Hub United. And again, I'm here, Tesh. I'm with Eric as well today in the studio. Today, again, we will be having a discussion on the game between Manchester United and Brighton. Very, very, very bad result. I know no one expected a bit different. Everyone expected United to lose, but I think the manner of which we lost was basically, I think, let me say not everyone, let me correct. Most people expected United to lose, right? But I think the manner of the defeat was terrible. Before we go into the discussion, again, this video is being sponsored by Tano Factions. Link is in the description below. How are you guys doing? How was your week? I hope everyone is fine. Again, thank you for watching our last video. And again, thank you for your contributions and your comments. And let's get into it right now. Eric, how are you doing?
I'm all right. I'm fine.
That's
you
good.
know my MO is if the Glazers don't care, I
Then you
don't
basically,
care. I
agree.
I basically not like I don't, my memo. Well, not like I don't care per se, but in quote, if the Glazers
you don't stress yourself.
If the Glazers don't show concern, who am I?
I agree. I agree. It was honestly,
but all in all, I was sad with the result. I wasn't expecting that result. I was expecting a narrow win for United yesterday, a 2-1 victory, a 1-0, a 3-2, a very slim chance, like a very slim chance, right? I thought it was going to be one of those games where the players just come out putting yet again not so. I mean, it's easy for someone to say, "Oh, the players come out and just put in a fight and all of that," right? But based on the weekend, the break we've had with so many statements, now the club has become a statement FC. Every now and again, you expect the statement, right?
I think
so with all of those,
someone said we have more statements than wins. 5 statements and probably
of course,
5 lost and 2.
Of course, but I was so with that in mind, I was kind of expecting the boys to actually come together and but at the end of the day, it looks like, or it feels like, the situation that was happening during the international break got the best of them. That's what I could say.
I honestly, for me, as in, you know what, spoken so much English, I'm not gonna lie, right? The game actually was annoying. I was actually pissed with the game. It's like it got to a point whereby we started very well, though, excellently well. We started very well, but it got to a point whereby Brighton took a hold of the game, and we couldn't do anything. Coach couldn't do anything. I know people talk about the Glazers, and I agree. The Glazers are to blame for several things. In terms of defining the structure of the team, we have poor leadership, like structure from top to bottom. I mean, not just the coaching side, from the director of football, from basically even the expectations. I think the Glazers basically, people talk about the spending piece of it. I don't look into that. I look about the owners creating an actual structure, defining what the culture is for the club. And for me, they've done a very, very poor job in doing that. And I think that's what's impacting the club right now. But to the 98 minutes, or probably 90 something minutes plus of that match, we have to look at Eric Ten Hag. Where do you think it went wrong in the match? Now let's leave the Glazers now. In the match, where do you think it went wrong?
I mean, it all for me. It all went wrong the minute Brighton took the lead. That's when it went. To me, I just felt like when Brighton took the lead, I just did like this. Holy smokes! Like, this is not Nottingham Forest. This is a well-drilled, united. I will use the word. Brighton were more united than we, Manchester United, in terms of their work ethics, in terms of their commitment to getting the ball, in terms of their commitment to keeping the ball as well. So you could just tell the minute the goal went in, and our equalizer was which was rightly ruled out, right? Well, to me, it was rightly ruled out. Once that happened, it felt like game over.
Yeah.
But because before the beginning of the match, I was in one of this Telegram group, right? One of the Telegram group. We were just talking, and I was like, so somebody said, "What's the score line? Predict the score line." And I first I wanted to put 1-0 in favor of Manchester United, and I sat down. I was like, where the goal's going to come from? Then I remembered, okay, we have Højlund, we have Marcus Rashford, right? And I was like, okay, with the way the team was set up, Bruno was going to go on the right, Eriksen in the playing as the 10, then McTominay. I'm like, holy McTominay. So we have a Rashford and a McTominay in the team, meaning we're already two men down in terms of
effort,
fight, in terms of defensive effort, not attacking now. I was like, okay, so where are the goals going to come from? I'm like, okay, you know what? I felt like I said, it was going to be like a slim victory. One of those crappy ones where we keep the ball. We remember how the game ended, but in favor to Brighton in the second leg of last season, where it was a penalty. It was something like that I was looking for. I was expecting something like that. That's such a game where it is tight. We go toe to toe. At one point, we become conservative. We keep the ball. Then maybe Højlund does a specialty, or Rashford pulls up or something. I was just like, so I was, because that's in my head. I was like, okay, I don't see, because I looked at the Brighton startup. I'm like, Lindelof and Martinez can keep, what's his name, Danny Welbeck quiet, right? So I'm like, I don't really see Brighton nicking a goal. I kept telling myself, if West Ham can put these guys to the sword, we should be doing better than West Ham, right?
Yeah.
But it all turned out that I was living in more like a fool's paradise.
Honestly, to me, right, like watching the game, I couldn't really there are several aspects of the game where I thought, okay, we did well. And today I'll probably just go through the emotions on Twitter from yesterday and today, and probably who the majority of people think the issues are, right? And also add mine. Now, going back to the game, Rashford was one person. He actually started the game well. But I've always been one that said Rashford is not a team player. Rashford is a personal player. I've always said, even when he was looking for his contract, he said he's just playing to be to be the star of the team. Rashford doesn't play for the team. Rashford plays for his own brand. And that was evident. That's evident. It's not now. People are calling it now, right? But this has been going on over and over and over. People saying Rashford is becoming too selfish. No, he has always been selfish. It's just that you celebrate his goals, right? If Rashford is not there, we will still score goals.
True.
And we will still score. Like, if you have a player that's technical, one, good in decision making, can add the effort just a bit more than what Rashford adds, but we still score goals. To me, honestly, I don't see again. Sancho is on
suspension.
Exactly, per se, right? So I don't see, but if he was there yesterday, right, we wouldn't have won, right? But then would have at least seen a bit of more chance creation for the striker. But so to me, my biggest issue yesterday was, first of all, was Rashford.
No, truth be told, let me just say, truth be told, he was one of the attacking threats. Go ahead.
That's why I said it was an attacking threat. That's what I'm saying. It's not that Rashford is not a good player. Rashford is a good player, but now he only wants to pass the ball when he basically sees it's no longer possible. Well, as in, I mean, possible is like sometimes you say, okay, I'm taking a shot right. There's a 70% chance I probably put this on
lose
target.
Yeah.
It's okay. On a 5% or 2% chance, Rashford will still take the shot. When he sees there's no chance at all, That's when he passes. And there were several examples. One glaring one.
Yeah.
Hoyland gave him a ball, which is basically a typical striker giving you a ball, right? And okay, Hoyland is making the run. All you needed to do was basically square that ball back to Hoyland, because the defender was there, but Hoyland already ran it. So all you need to do was get that ball in. Hoyland just need to put his body on the ball, and that's a goal. A clear example of which one he did, whereby he kept dribbling, the one that went over the line and the cross, right, and Hoyland scored, right? Release the ball on time. Stop delaying until you see it's no longer possible. I feel that's what he always does. He gives you the ball, he runs into where you can give it back to him. But if you do the same thing to him, he would never, until he says, okay, you know what, there was a time, even now talking about what they call making a decision making. There was a time where Regulon was basically in an overlap.
No, that particular play actually got me screaming at the TV, like, yo, it's just pass. You want to dribble 4.
It's not just possible. Release the ball and you're free. Release the ball to the left back, and you can run inside as a striker, right? You and Hoyland, simple. Regulon kept on putting crosses in the box throughout the game. Rashford basically, I think it was like, I'm the star man, I will do it. But no, it's called a team. In the Twitter account, the admin put out a comment. And again, guys, follow us on Twitter. Our Twitter handle is @thehubtv. Right. So the admin put on a tweet stating, we're beaten by a team with excellent teamwork, and clearly defined tactics by the coach.
Yeah,
Brighton didn't care who was scoring that goal. They don't care who's actually what they call it. Who's
going to score the goal? Yeah, they weren't playing hero ball. They weren't playing.
No, they weren't playing hero ball. Sorry, guys. To correct you again, my apologies. It's at the hub UTD. That's our Twitter handle. They didn't care who was scoring the goal. All they needed to we have to win this game.
Yeah.
And that's one. Number two, where I think we had an issue again was more so. That's why I'll bring in Erik ten Hag.
Okay, let me jump in there with the Rashford thing, right? Like I said, it's a well-known fact that he tries to bear the burden of the team all by himself in terms of the attacking phase, right? But which most of us actually called it out and said, "Yo, bro, no, you can't be doing that. You now have a striker." Last season, I can understand. Last season, you were playing as the top 9, and you had to lead the line, which you did very well. You had your goals, you had your contribution, and you did well. Even at last season when he was doing well, some of us were still talking about how selfish his play were, in terms of where there were clear chances to put in the ball for Anthony or Garnacho, right? Or even Sancho or Bruno, he would rather take it on or try to shoot from very crazy distance, right? Now everybody knows that, like you rightly said, we all knew that, but everybody was carried away with his goal contribution for the team last season. Now, cast your mind back to the season before, 2 seasons before. It's the same Rashford. It's the same decision. I think his problem is he's like everybody has acknowledged, he's a fine player. He's a very good player. But the question that needs to be asked is, does he really suit the kind of football Erik ten Hag wants to play? Now, people question and say, okay, there's no style of play. But I could see a style of play in the first 20 minutes of the game. Whether you want to believe it or not, the first 20 minutes of the game, it feels like when Ralph Rangnick first game against Fulham, where Fred got us the winning goal, right? Everybody pressed for 25 minutes. Then after that,
was it up to 25 minutes?
It was up to 25 minutes. I would say everybody pressed for 25 minutes, after which they reverted to type, right? So I think it's the same thing with us. Now, I don't like to, you've talked about Rashford, but I'm going to point out something that is very glaring, right? We all know that he's his attacking threat is there. He's right, but in terms of the defensive work rate, it's not too good. It's not one of the best even in the team.
It's fine. Okay.
It's among the list in the team. But sometimes you're playing with 10 other persons in a team. Your body language, people can actually take on your body language. There's a limit to which some people can take on your body language. When we are under pressure or we are under attack, we need you not just walking, not just taking your time to do all those as if you're walk, like we call it what they call, it's a sport even in the Olympics. The way you is it jog walking or what you call it?
Speed walking.
Speed walking. No, we don't want speed walk. We want you to actually chase down somebody to actually make them throw. Or I think his own idea of press is, let me close this guy down. Let me just run and just.
See, to tell you, Rashford thinks is Cristiano Ronaldo. Rashford thinks is Messi. Rashford thinks is Kylian Mbappe. Rashford thinks is Neymar. Rashford thinks is the best of the best.
No, but these guys that you're calling out now, right? These guys, they know when to drop a pass. They know when to. In their prime, which Rashford is now 25 years old, right? I believe they were more instrumental to their team as to what he is doing now. People say, "Oh, Cristiano Ronaldo don't press." How do you expect a 37-year-old to give you the press? Of which, listen, let me finish. Of which, when he was in the team, he was pressing, but because people had an agenda, they wanted him out. They had to tag him all of that with him. Now it comes to our star boy, because it's my star boy too. It's Rashford.
It's not mine. It's not mine though.
Okay, it's my star boy, but I would let him know, right? Like, yo, bro, it doesn't take anything from you. If you want to press or if you want to defend with your whole heart. I'm going to lay low of Rashford for now, because a lot being said about Rashford, right? One of my biggest problem yesterday is not even Rashford. McTominay. Everybody,
McTominay, right? I agree. Sorry, go ahead.
Everybody has been.
I'll get the coach.
Everybody has been gassing up this guy every time. He's
goes
good.
To Scotland.
Yeah, he goes to Scotland. He gets the goal. He's this. Did you watch the game with England and Scotland against
no, I didn't.
Versus England? McTominay disappeared. When he saw real footballers playing football, he disappeared. It's like he evaporated. We couldn't even find McTominay. It's the same. So sometimes when you ask me how am I, and I tell you, if the Glazers don't care, I don't care. It's like you saying, we doing same thing. What's the definition of insanity? Doing same thing over and over
again,
and expecting a different result.
I saw something here. I saw something again, going to that what you said on Twitter, when they said, okay, I think talking about from the first coach. Is it Ole? No, not Ole. Before Ole was Van Gaal, right?
Mourinho. There was Mourinho before Ole. There was Van Gaal, Ole, Mourinho.
So I think during Van Gaal, like, you know what, kick out certain players, let's build the team around X player. Rashford was there, and other players were listed. Now Mourinho came. Oh, let's kick out X players. Let's build the team around Rashford. And some players. Rashford is still there. Now Ole came. Kick out certain players. Let's build a team around certain players. Rashford is still there. What's his name? Football director. That's
Ralf Rangnick.
Ralf Rangnick came. That was the worst of Rashford. That was the worst of Rashford. Let's depend on Rashford. Let's make him our star man.
That period I could understand. I think he was coming back from injury, and there was so many. It wasn't football related. There was so many things affecting.
Do you know for the longest time, right? For the longest time, and I agree with you, he was injured though. United fans and even the media, right? When Rashford wasn't performing well, they attributed to his injury. It's not happy. It's not this, not that. But this guy has not changed. Honestly, like I know that. I know that time it wasn't as mobile as was. So you probably say, okay, a time he was injured, so it wasn't too mobile. But outside that, he has always been the Rashford. He has always been the same player. Like, I feel it believes like when you see the Mo Salahs of what they call of
Liverpool,
if you think of when you think of Rashford, if you think of Man United, you should think of Rashford. When you think of early Haaland of Man City, if you think of United, you think of Rashford. I think that's where he's getting it wrong. That's what he's getting it wrong. We do not need a star man because we don't even have a team.
No, but when you say we do not need a star man, right? One can actually point fingers at the manager, right? And say
Yes.
what's the manager doing, right?
Yes. Yes.
But we don't know what's happening behind closed doors where you can say, okay.
Bro, see this thing now. You see person they play, you do something like certain over and over, right?
Yeah.
With the coach. Guy foul, guy see this way you do so at least try change out. Because you see where like for example, let's say with the coach me. At the carry ball, they look one place work. What will you say? Oh, Eshko, Alpha. Next time you're in that position, pass. But when you see, when you see what I do, right, and you ignore it, right, you're like, hey, Eshko, keep doing the same thing, right? Don't worry, one day it will go good. It will pay off, right? And it never pays off. Who do you blame? It's the manager. See, that's what we know. Even a blind man knows Rashford is not passing the ball.
Okay, but now to add to look on the flip side of that your analogy right now, right? What if it be say the management, the owners have made him say, you know what, we need a star person in this team. We need to sell the shirts. We need to have somebody to present to the investors and all and the board. And, you know, so many things they play where go make us,
but it's correct. Go ahead.
But at the end of the day, right? This is where I come. This is what I come in. This is where I actually try to look at the manager, right? At the end of the day, Naija there online on the normal. If you reason up, it's his job that is on the line, right? So now the question is, most of us, like those of us, let's in the office or workspace now, right? When they give you and tell you, oh, that guy has to be, based on packaging and all of that, right? We need to package this guy based on 1 or 2. So now, manager, the owner, director tells you, okay, you as a manager, you would want to work in a light where that guy is doing his job. At the same time, is being portrayed the way the company wants you to portray him.
Okay.
Yeah. Now, bring that back to Manchester United. We all know that the Glazers, all they care about is cheddars, right? Bar, bread, right? So they don't want to know how you bake the bread, or as long as the bread is done, right? Now, so for me, last season, Rashford was the main man. He got people say, oh, like you actually said, oh, he played for his contract. But now I would go the other way and say, man played because he wanted to show to the new. Remember, it was Eric Tena's first season. Man played because he wanted to cancel the previous season, erase those wrong notions we had about him from the previous season. And he played well, trying to impress the new gaffer and the block. Now, this season now, right? We've not started on the front foot. So this guy is still thinking, man, should I take this thing on? Now, this is where I go on for the manager. No, at this point, you need to tell this guy, like, yo, fine, Ireland is just coming. First game of the season, first start of the season, right? Ireland is just coming. Now, ease yourself off the pressure. Rashford, you know what thing go play. Now, Ireland don't try to find. Now, you have a strike. I need you and Rashford. I need you and Ireland to have a link. I need to know that when you get the ball, or if Ireland is making a run, you have it in you to give him that ball. Or when Ireland has the ball, so when defenders are thinking, okay, Rashford has the ball, he's going to give it to Ireland. So a decoy. So they focus more on the Ireland, and you can have a clear chance. But the truth is, he does it even in tight spaces. He still plays the ball. This is where the coach should call him. This is where I believe the coach should call him and say, "Yo, no, we have to work on this selfish." He basically is not the only one that does the selfish play. Most of them do the glory hunting.
Yes,
most of them do the glory hunting.
Most of it, but where I would say is, they portray Eric Ten Hag as a disciplinarian, right? They
No, they're not.
portray him
Okay.
as a one that basically is fair and even, and portray him
Mm-hmm.
basically like one that wants the best for the team.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
With the way Eric Ten Hag is going, in
Yeah.
terms of how Rashford is playing, and no one is
Yeah.
correcting him,
Yeah.
and even I think, like you mentioned, the owners being the key people, right?
Yeah.
That might be driving. Okay, we need a star man in this team, and that star man has to be Rashford.
Rashford. Yeah.
Eric Ten Hag should be able to tell if they say he has the power, like they say he does. Tell the owners, the director of football, and you know what? This guy, we have to put the team first. Because you know when he came in, he talked about team. He didn't mention Starman, except he was lying to us.
I
He
think that's
didn't
where
mention. So for me
a
though,
lot of people are going. Go ahead.
if he's talking about team, right, then by all means, he should be calling Rashford to order, saying, no, you can't do that. You have to play with the team. Because right now, right, the team is suffering because of Rashford. Last season, even when I think if you can recall, I told you when Rashford was scoring goals, I said, you know what, he's scoring goals. I'm not saying it's not a good player,
Yeah.
but as a United player, as a unit, right, I would not play him, or I would not forget. But I think we will still score goals without Rashford being there.
No, you're right. You're right, because now another question, another thing that we should actually be one of the things that we should think looking at is we have a Pelestri in our team that can actually all he knows how to do is I beat my man, I put the ball in the danger zone.
Of course.
Right? Not really. I put my ball in the danger zone. I play like proper winger, just the way a proper winger would play, right? But why we not? What I don't understand why we're not giving him a chance. If Eric Ten Hag can give Garnacho a chance, a player that is like what 19 or he just turned 20, right? About I don't understand why
Uruguayan
Pelestri,
professional, yeah.
Uruguayan international. How about we give? I don't understand, because it's not like, and this guy is being coached presently now in Uruguay by Bielsa.
So honestly,
so now people, Eric Ten Hag is making us feel like, Eric Ten Hag is making us feel like now, like he has favorites, and this is one of the things that, of course, every coach has a favorite. Don't get me wrong, every coach has a favorite, but when your favoritism is costing the team points, we need to ask questions.
Yes, every coach, right? Even Ferguson had a favorite. But you have to create a strong base first before you start having a favorite. You have to create. For example, if you see Brighton yesterday made almost 5 changes. 5
to the starting 11. I know,
and they played like they lost to no one. Like him and Ten Hag has been around the same time with Deserve, if not even more. I think they lost basically. They changed 5 players. Eric Ten Hag cannot be having favorite now. He has won just one cup. He hasn't basically steadied the ship. You can't have a favorite basically when the ship is sinking. You simply cannot. But honestly, I think for me, right?
I don't understand why he still plays Bruno on the wing just to accommodate. I don't understand. Honestly, I don't get it.
Quick question: that is it that Rashford is undroppable? Like when
to answer that question, yes.
Yeah. Okay, so when I say Rashford, then my next thing, Ole did the same thing. So what's the difference between? Because I think the title of the show says it all. Nothing has changed. Ole did the same thing. Ten Hag is doing the same thing. We have no clearly defined style of play. We can say Ole never won a trophy. Fine, Ten Hag did. We can say okay, Ten Hag has improved some players. But can you even argue that now?
No. When it comes to improvement,
wait. I can say last season players improved. Why? Because what they call new manager bounce. Because things are changing. I want to get in the team. Well, now what are we seeing? We're seeing the same cultural, the same habit, right? Old habit falling back in place. I heard Ten Hag he came here to create a discipline, but no one has been on the pitch. I see no discipline. On the pitch, I feel like if I'm a referee and I'm scared of Ten Hag, right? I want to probably because to me I'm like Ten Hag might like okay, Tesh, why are you not passing that ball?
Or
Tesh,
tomorrow you be on the bench. Let me show you how.
yes,
Let me put somebody that's gonna do it.
because
I see.
because
I
when he
understand
knows,
all of that.
yeah,
I understand all of that, but who's gonna who in that team now will give Rashford the run for his money, a run for his money?
thank you, thank you. I want to ask a simple question, question, right? With before now, right?
Yeah,
We
yeah,
played a 4-3-3, right? I believe.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's a 4-3-3. Why did we change that in the Brighton game?
I think to
Because
accommodate
because because we could play the same 4-3-3.
no, because to accommodate Bruno on the wing, on the right side of the
But
diamond.
that was where Scott McTominay played.
No, it was initially Scott McTominay was more on the left side of the diamond.
Mhm.
Casemiro was at the base, right?
Yes.
Then what's his name? What's his name?
Ericsson. Ericsson.
Ericsson was at the
Mhm.
top of the diamond, right?
Mhm.
So to me, when I saw that, I'm like, why would you have? So as the game progressed, right, he had to because Marcus Rashford wasn't coming back in terms of his defensive discipline. He wasn't coming back, and you had a Scott McTominay. That's why I said the game. Everybody keeps saying Marcus Rashford. We had a Scott McTominay who was basically as a midfielder. He had 22 passes complete yesterday. 22.
I think no.
22.
If when I think of to me, KK, if you're
We don't
trying
have
to
players.
because
Honestly,
no,
we don't have players. We just have people stealing wages.
no. See, we have like okay, we're playing 4-3-3 before, right?
Mm-hmm.
To me, you could play that 4-3-3. I know you probably have to play McTominay, right?
Mm-hmm.
McTominay, what is his name? McTominay, Casemiro, and
Yeah.
probably play Bruno Ericsson, one of them
One
in the
of
team.
them, yeah. Yeah.
Yes. In the wing, Rashford, Hoyland, and
Mm-hmm.
what they call it, and Pelestri. Or if
Yeah.
you say you know what, I want to start Bruno on the right. I don't trust Pelestri yet. I'll give him probably second half. Fine. You can probably make a switch. Right? Put Ericsson there, Bruno. Start the game like that because Bruno will basically fall back and what they call hair part is
In the middle. In the middle. Yeah.
yes. Now, so to me, why did you change that? Because to me, like there's no reason to actually change to a diamond. You're playing. It's Scott McTominay that doesn't even know his own position. Doesn't even know his own position. Sometimes in in Manchester United. Now you're putting him where you have four midfielders. He won't even know what to do.
What to do?
Yes, he will be confused.
Two goals yesterday. First and the second goal. My guy was jogging. It was like
because you know why? Because he's like okay, he's not used to the system. It's too sophisticated for him. It's too high.
okay. Now, no. Let's cast our mind back. You say it's not used to the system. What system has he ever been used to in Manchester United? Because I know during only time we complained. During
I'm saying right.
Okay.
I'm saying if you play your your Im and Casemiro deep, right?
Mm-hmm.
At least right, he would know that because I think it was played on what they call a right center or left center mid right middle or left mid. He doesn't know what to do. And again, I don't understand what Ten Hag was saying.
Can we flip the coin and say no? It's not even flipping the coin. This is fact. Ten Hag got it wrong yesterday.
Sorry, before you go, I don't I don't blame Scott McTominay for lost yesterday. I don't at all. To me, I blame Ten Hag first. The second, I blame Rashford.
No, the whole blame has to go with Ten Hag. You know why I say it has to go with Ten Hag? I don't even blame any of the players. You know why I say it has to go with Ten Hag?
Yeah.
If players aren't pulling their weight, if players, like he would say, like he came out and said, oh, when they were asking him, okay, you have Bayern Munich next, what are you? It was like, we have to, Bayern Munich is good, we have to go there and show character. So it then means that you could see that we don't have character. So what are you going to do to correct that? Even in the game, we never showed character. For the first goal, when players are jogging back, that's lack of character. That's
I
lack of.
think
You should call that immediate. So I think at the moment where he is now, I'm thinking like we don't know the direction in which the club is going. We don't know if we're going to be sold. We don't
I want
know.
to ask a question.
Yeah.
What's our style of play? What are we playing towards? Like, what are we trying to do? What's our aim?
Our aim is
This
to
season?
finish. Our aim is to finish top 4 for the Glazers.
No, to finish top 4, right? Like this. Honestly, to me, I think Wait and I got it wrong, right? Transfer window was a big piece of it, and that's what I don't blame him. But I blame
No. So I don't see. I blame him. Let me tell you why I say I blame him. I can't say I don't blame him because of transfer that didn't go his way. I blame him because if you want to do your job, you signed a contract, right? You've known this before you got into. By the time you got the job, you did your analysis. Before coming to the job, you did everything. Now, 1 year into the job, they paused you twice. You wanted Frankie de Jong, you didn't get him. You wanted Timber, you didn't get him. They did a rigmarole when it came to Anthony, and later ended up spending the whole money they would spend for January in getting Anthony for you, right? That's going to be on you. Now, come January, you wanted Gakpo. See, if you had gone in with even a 20 million pounds and with add-ons,
Gakpo would have moved.
With the not just with the like, okay, with the connection Ten Hag had with Gakpo in terms of the same agency, right? They would have worked out something, but they said no. Now, can I get João Felix on loan? They said no. It was a crazy deal. Can I get it wasn't me, Depay, aka it wasn't me.
That's not me.
Yeah, that was not me. No. They went and scraped the barrel and got him a 3.5 or 2.5 million pounds loan from where? From Burnley. And the said player was on loan to where? The Turkish league. Good. Right? You see, that in itself could have shown to Ten Hag like, yo, these people don't have ambition. Now I'm going to come. Then we come into they promised you and said, oh, we're going to get you. They were not planning a second midfielder. You wanted a second midfielder. They were not planning a second midfielder. Injury happened to Eriksen. They quickly got you a Sabitzer, which was even worse than Eriksen because his own injury record was appalling in the team with us. Now, forward down to the summer transfer. Because you talked about it and everybody said, okay, we had 120 million in hand. Okay. They told you we had 120 million at hand. Now, you wanted a striker, you wanted a goalkeeper, and you wanted a midfielder, right? You highlighted the players you wanted, and they said, okay, let's move for Mason Mount first. Did we need a Mason Mount at that time? No, we didn't.
Not even at all. I think we need a Mason Mount.
No, we need a Mason Mount because at the long run, he's going to replace Eriksen. But now I understood where he. Looking at it, I understood why he went early for Mason Mount because some other clubs were interested and he never could tell. No. I said so. If you look back, casting our mind forward now to the Gravenberch deal and all of that, if we had stopped, we almost lost Amrabat, if not for the singular fact that Amrabat wanted, or they've already had an agreement in place, quote and unquote, and Amrabat only wanted us. Imagine that would have been with Mason Mount. Would Mason Mount have gone that length to only wanting us, knowing our antecedents in the transfer window where we drag? So Mason Mount would have decided to go for somewhere else, and that would have been a problem. So we got Mason Mount, we got Onana, we got the minutes they could not sell McTominay and what's his name? Well, Harry Maguire. His tone should have changed in the press conference. He shouldn't be telling us that, oh, Maguire is a good player, I want him to fight for his place. No, don't tell us that. Don't say anything. That's where the problem started. Started telling us that, oh, Maguire is a fine player, is going to fight for his place. Everybody started saying, oh, my my gaffer is a liar. He's going to watch when Maguire is
No,
going to be kicked out.
say that,
No,
if you're not great to good morning, check us out the night.
no, it did rain. It did on the dark. I understand that, but when you start doing things like that, and not start like put pressure. Do you have the power? Put pressure a little bit on them. Like, yo, I need this play now. Don't come out and say anything. Let it be known that you told them that, yo, see, whatever you guys get this season, take, because I can't work with this. I cannot work with this.
Because we are correct. You're correct. Because if you can call out Sancho, call out the
simple.
What guys too now?
You say
calling out who you have power more than. Call out the one because they have power more than you.
Because it's simple. No, one would argue that you say, okay, Sancho, they asked you a question and it was a simple answer. Now, you gave an answer saying that Maguire will fight for his place, right? You keep all the players you want to keep. You are making us assume now that, oh, Ten Hag wanted this, but we don't get this. Of which we know it's Glazonomics. We already know that. But you as the manager should not give us any slight chance to make us believe that you're towing the line. Because right now, as I sit here with you right now, you know what I'm thinking? Thinking the Glazers are trying to get rid of the big money guys, the big earners in the club. Right? Now, how do we do this? Let's start. Now, it played into their hands such that Sancho, whatever happened at the behind closed door, now the tweet. So it played into their hand. Now they want. That's how I see it. Now, the next person might be Casemiro. Before we know, I'm telling you, if this guy stays in this club, if Erik ten Hag is in, this is just me thinking. It might be crazy. I might be wild about. People might call me delusional or a lunatic, right? But I'm thinking the next person that they might get rid of might be Casemiro. Next season is the Saudi Arabia club might come in for Casemiro and they will send him off.
Sell him. Yes, I agree.
The club is, I believe, the club they're trying. They put out a statement that they're trying to do the wage cap, something, right? The next person might see. Don't if the fans start calling too much for us, that's the problem. I think the big money earners in the club, they're looking for ways to shop off those guys. Which I don't know if it's a right thing to do, right? But Ten Hag should take the blame. I'm right behind the manager. This is everybody's in their right to criticize the manager, right? He should hold the L. Stop talking about the Glazers. When you ask about how are you being backed, deflect. Look for something else to say. If you push to the wall and you have to answer what you know, not what they want you to say.
I honestly agree with you. To my last point, the match Arsenal. I was going to just do that one. Just talk about that so we can round up here in 45 minutes.
Arsenal or Brighton?
Sorry, against Brighton. My bad. Because imagine the beating back and forth. I'm not confused.
3-1.
Where Brighton now
on Tuesday, on Wednesday.
Now, one key thing that majority of the fans, that basically fans fans, not all though, section of the fans wanted a change in the goalkeeper. Now the rationale was more so, once we get a ball playing goalkeeper, we'll be high up the pitch.
Yo, bro,
high up.
Bro, no, I don't have.
No,
go ahead.
Let me go.
Go ahead.
Do you think it was the right decision to get Onana now?
It was Escosi. They sold Ten Hag a very wrong dream.
Okay.
That's why I said don't. That's why I keep saying, I told it a while ago just now. If he's been asked about support from he should not say anything. Right? He should not. Trust me, and I mean this. If Ten Hag comes and say, see, with what I have, I would have to work with what I have, because the things, the areas I wanted, don't even call the players. The areas I wanted to improve in, I couldn't get it. If he says it like this, trust me, fans.
You know what? We have what we have now, and we'll work with what we have. To me, everyone you know what? It's not saying he got his what players. He's saying he has what he has.
Yes, just put it that way. The places I wanted to improve. See, not even talk say we get what we get to work with what we get. No, the places I love to improve on this season, this transfer window, I could. Okay, if you don't want to make it too personal, if you don't want to make it too personal, just say we couldn't get the improvement we need. Then if they ask you if they wait
automatically, right? If he says that, people will say it's excuse.
Okay, so make it just say I couldn't get what I wanted. But by so doing, I have to work with what I have to get to the. Let's see, I have to work with what I have, right? Then that's fine, but he shouldn't come and say things like, "Oh, I want Maguire to." Do you want Maguire to stay?
Honestly, when he said that, right, and to me, that's basically it was throwing the Glazer line. Please just answer this question again about the keeper. Do you think it's the right time?
For me, ask me the question. I think it's the right time, right? Because they sold him a dream. Now, if I was in this position and they told me, okay, you know what, fair play, we're gonna sell. We were offered 60. We were offered 60 million for the pair of McTominay and Harry Maguire.
Yes.
That 60 million is good money.
Yeah, again, I agree. Probably get
Tesh, that 60 million is good money. You get from the 60 million, go and buy your Todibo or the Pavard you wanted to buy. Then what's left, you pay and you get your Amrabat. You don't have to be doing loan. Even if you want to do loan, you do your loan and you still have change with you to get maybe strike a loan with an obligation to buy, or you have money to buy. You can actually sell it up, because don't forget 60 million we sold. I know we'll round up now. 60 million we sold other players, right? You can actually round up that 60 million. If you put 30 here, 30 there, right? Put your loan due for Amrabat. You can actually would have gotten a Gravenberch and Amrabat and a Todibo. That would have been a very fine window. But they sold him. That's why I said they sold him a dream, and he fell for it. Now that he knows that he's been deceived, he shouldn't come out and start telling us that, oh, this guy, the Glazers, wants to win. Blah 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 blah. Maguire. I want Maguire to stay. To fight. Don't tell us that. Just tell us you have what you have. You couldn't improve in the areas you wanted to improve in. Then let's see what the season brings. We're going to try. You tell us we're going to try our best to make the season what we want it to be. Then everybody's going to know that, okay, you were not backed up. I don't want to get the guy that made me. I don't want to.
No, honestly, right? Yeah, I think. Thank God yesterday. Always good idea to do the show a day after. Yesterday I was boarding, right? So again, thank you guys for joining today. Again, follow us on Twitter at the UTD, and this video is being sponsored by Tano Collections. Link will be in the description below. Please like, share, and subscribe to our channel. And again, we'll see you guys on the next one. Anything, Eric?
No, just we hope for something miraculous on Wednesday. That's all I hope for.
Okay.
Bye, guys.
Then we'll see you guys on the next one. Have a good one.